Just kind of noise. All right. So once again, I'm gonna go ahead and mark off this area. This place and glue it down. Well, like I said, I've been doing it pretty much my whole life. You know, there were two people I would say that was key in me having a love for costuming on a whole. And one was my cheap ass father, and the other one was a pretty cool as hell family friend named Bernadette. Basic. Oh, I got to spray on the quick stuff. So basically, one Halloween, my dad, in his infinite wisdom, decides he is going to buy his son and daughter the cheapest damn costumes he can find. He bought us these ponchos. Mine was neon green, my sister's was neon yellow. Okay, they were just freaking atrocious. Not even gonna lie, atrocious. It was the poncho we wore, which had this cartoonish, crazy type of smile on the body part, right? And then, to make matters worse, we had heads to wear. And these heads will blow up heads about that big. And just sit with a watermelon with googly eyes on that. So that was our Halloween costume. And this is back in the day where communities were actual communities. What they would do is in an apartment complex, the parents, they would block off the elevators, they would block off the staircases. So if you did not live on that floor, after a certain time of the night when the party is going to start, you could not get on our floor. So they would have tables out, they would with food on it and whatnot. The kids could run up and down everybody's door on the floor, knock on the door, trick or treat, safely, which is pretty cool. So I didn't want to wear that costume. And my dad straight up told me if I didn't wear the costume, I could not go to the party. I did not want to miss that party. So I conceded and wore that stupid ass, retarded ass costume. So at the party, everybody's having fun, running around, all that good stuff. And I'm like this with my arms so crossed over each other, leaning against the wall, still pissed. So our family friend Bernadette, saw me sulking and came over to me and she asked me, what was wrong. So I was like, if you had to wear this, would you be happy? Oh, she started to laugh. And she goes, come on, we're gonna take care of that. So I was like, cool. So we walked to her parents' home. And she got me out that ridiculous costume I was wearing. And got me into her military gear. She was a ROTC, ROTC. So they're kind of like a junior army, junior Air Force, stuff like that. So she had me put on her camouflage, shirt, pants. She had the boots, got into the boots as well. And I had long hair at that time, so she spiked my hair up. She painted my face green, painted my hands green, did stitches on my forehead, painted bolts on my neck. So by the time she done, I looked like a military version of Frankenstein. It was really cool. So we walked outside of her parents' apartment, and all the kids in the hallway kind of just stopped and like froze, looking at me. So I looked back at Bernadette, I looked back at the kids, and I went, oh, brains. The scream in that hallway, it just vibrated to the hallway. And all the kids hauled ass to the far end of the hallway. I was like, alright, that's it. I'm done. I will never ever wear a store-bought costume again. And I haven't. I've made my own shit from that point on. I bought books by the company Fangoria, because in the back of Fangoria magazine, you had tips and tricks on how to do prosthetics, how to do fake blood using cornstarch and food coloring, all types of stuff. Later on I went to the library and I looked up guys like Sam Winston, I looked up Dick Blick, a lot of the old school masters of prosthetic makeup. And I started getting into it and wanting to make more and more bigger and better costumes. So I kind of started doing it, all my life. I went to art school, I love to build. I did it as a side hustle for a long time. But over the course of the last 5 years, I've been doing it full time as an actual business. So for me, it's amazing because I can take my two biggest loves, which is art and building things, and I can put them both together and make these huge cosplays I do for myself or for clients. So, really happy about that. Oh my, yeah, I remember. I think it was my first or second Halloween living out here in Oregon. They have this thing where you can trick or treat at outlet malls. So, bringing kids out there safely, or the store owners are open a little extra late, and you walk the circuit, and you have your kids trick or treat. Well, this one year, we was there, and I see this family, and this little girl couldn't have been no more than 11, 12 years old, was dressed as a witch. Okay, normal. Her face was all green. Green and some parts lumpy. So, nice effect. So, come to find out, because I asked, the mom used a mixture of glue, glue, and green food coloring. Do that child's face. I was like, glue. She used Elmer's glue, dyed it green, and painted this poor child's face with it. Tragedy. I was like, I know that child is in pain. Because when that glue dries, it shrinks up. So it's pulling everything tight. So her face is mad tight. And then that green, if anybody's ever cooked and you use food dyes, unless you immediately wash your hands off, that shit stays on you for a hot minute. Okay? So that child face was green for a couple of days.